Hello students, how are you all? As we all know that from couple of months the world has been facing pandemic COVID-19. We are at home under lockdown, and this is the I think best way that we can do to keep us safe, right? But my dear students, don't worry. All the educational institutions have started online classes. So from home you can easily complete your syllabus. I also decided to provide you lectures online. So stay safe and keep learning from home. So let's start our video. So students, let's start the video. Economics chapter 1, that is the story of village Palampur. In this chapter, the village Palampur is a kind of hypothetical village, and the purpose is to understand the basic concepts through the description of this village. So let's have the description of the village Palampur. It's a small village containing 450 families. It is well connected with the neighboring villages and towns. The kind of transport used over here is bullock carts, tongas, buggies, motor vehicles like motorcycles, jeeps, tractors and trucks, etc. Now here we go for the description of the families. Total 450 families are there in this village, in which upper caste families are 80% and their houses are quite large. Dalits, 1/3 of the population, 150 families, and they live in smaller houses made of mud and straw. And the other 240 families possess less than 2 hectares of land. But the very important thing over here is that most of the houses have electricity connections. So electricity powers all the tube wells and they use it for irrigation. Now let's go for the conclusion. In conclusion, you can say that village Palampur has fairly well developed system of roads, well developed transport, electricity connectivity, and has primary schools with health centers and a dispensary. So till here what you studied about village Palampur, that village is very much developed, as it is having well developed roads, transportation system, the electric connections are there, schools are there, dispensaries are there. It means that the village is quite developed. Now, after having the description of the village Palampur, we are going to study about factors of production. So in this chapter, through this village, you will study that how the factors of production work. So firstly, you should know that what are these factors of production. So here it is given, for production of goods and services, 4 requirements are there which are known as factors of production. First requirement in front of you is land, second requirement labor, third requirement capital, and fourth is enterprise. Now we will go one by one in detail. Now, the first factor of production is land. Land is the basic requirement. For example, if any person is going for any business sort of thing, so firstly what he will think? Firstly he will arrange for the basic requirement, and that basic requirement is land. So land includes what? Surface area and other natural resources such as water, forest, minerals, etc. Now, second most important factor of production is labor. So labor, what is labor? people who do the work on land, means the labor force. Without them the land is useless. So if the land is there, if the first requirement of production is there, so second production helps, because here the people, they work on land and get some income for that. So here different production activities require different types of workers. Some production activities require highly qualified and technical workers. Now, the third very important requirement is the factor of production is capital. So capital, what is capital? Money, the amount of money we are talking about over here, capital. So a varieties of inputs are required at every stage during production, and for that purpose we require amount of money. Okay, so here capital items include two types of capital. Capital, they are divided into two parts. What are these two parts? Working capital and fixed capital. Working capital. Working capital refers to the money in hand and the raw material. These both are called working capital, because this is that money which we use every now and then when the work is going on. Fixed capital is a type of investment, and this investment is done for a long term, and this is on tools, machines, implements and even buildings. Okay, so this is called fixed capital because it is fixed for the long term. Now there are few things which you should know when you are knowing about the capital. See, it is given in your NCERT book about small farmers, medium farmers and large farmers. Small farmers, basically they are landless people, landless farmers, and they work on the land of medium or large farmers. Okay, medium and large farmers, what are these? The medium and large farmers. The medium and large farmers, they are exactly those farmers which are very rich. They are living in very big houses, and they used to sell their surplus food grains in the market. It means that they stock also for their self consumption, and also they sell surplus amount of food grains in market. So this is called marketable surplus. And now we are talking about the village palampur. So where they sell their surplus amount, wheat is sold to Raiganj, and sugar cane, either raw or in the form of jaggery, is sold to the traders at Shahpur. I hope it is clear. Now the last one. Last is enterprise. Enterprise is what? See, you studied about the first three factors of production. Here, the fourth factor. Now, the people, they want to do some business. Now they are having the land, labor and capital. But they don't have the knowledge to put them together or to manage them. So for that purpose, fourth requirement is very, very important, because if the knowledge is not there, then the person who wants to start the business cannot manage the first three requirements. Okay, so let's read it. This is what? Ability of keeping land, labor and capital in right proportion to produce an output, or knowledge to manage the first three factors. Now let's read the conclusion. Every production is thus organized by combining land, labor, capital and human capital. What is human capital over here? Human capital means knowledge, enterprise. Without this, the management is not possible. I hope it is clear. All the four factors of production, they are clear now. Okay, now let's move to the next topic. Your next topic is how can we grow more from same land? So, we can grow more from same land by these two factors. These are multiple cropping and modern farming methods. So, firstly, we will study about multiple cropping. Multiple cropping, as the word is suggesting the meaning, to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during a year. It means what? It means that during a year they used to grow more than one crop. Farmers can grow rice in rainy season, wheat in winter season and vegetables between October and December. Now, modern farming methods. Modern farming methods, it refers to the use of HYV seeds. HYV seeds means high yielding variety of seeds. Compared to the traditional seeds, these seeds are highly productive in nature. And along with the use of fertilizers. Fertilizers means the chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, and this all requires a plenty of water for irrigation. So such production is termed under green revolution. So now what is green revolution? Green revolution means when the modern inputs, the modern agricultural inputs or methods are made to grow a high production, to get a high production. So this is called green revolution. I hope it is clear now. Now, as you studied about green revolution. Now, green revolution you studied that lots of chemical fertilizer is used, and then pesticides, insecticides, all the things are used. So now the question in front of you is, will the land sustain? Means here we will talk about the sustainability of resource. Now here resource is basically land. So will the land sustain? Because we are using lots of things which are just making the land unfertile. So what we can say, that land being the natural resource, it is necessary to be very careful in its use. Scientific reports indicate that the modern farming methods have overused the land. So in many areas, green revolution is associated with the loss of soil fertility due to increased use of chemical fertilizers. So also the continuous use of groundwater for tube well irrigation has reduced the water table, the water level below the ground. Extra care has to be taken now of the environment to ensure the future development of agriculture, because once destroyed, it is very difficult to restore them. Now this is your presentation segment in which I have written a question, a full-fledged answer for you, and this is the way that how you will write the answer. See, till 8th the way of writing the answers maybe it was different, but in class 9th and 10th you have to give a proper presentation. Okay, so for this presentation, please read this following questions. I have taken 2 questions for you and with full presentation. So let's read the question first of all. What can be done so that more non-farm production activities can be started in villages? Explain. So if this whole statement is given with explanation, it means what? That this is long answer. So now how you will write? Firstly, you will give the statement. You must be knowing how to write such answers. Firstly, statement, the following efforts can be made. First heading is loan facilities. The government should provide loan to the villagers at low rate of interest so that they could start such activities. B. Connectivity of roads to towns. Connectivity of roads and towns and cities automatically develop and help in generating new things. Third, awareness. The villagers should make aware about the features of various non-farming activities. If they come to know about their earning, they will certainly take interest. Now D, market. Market or marketing. So to have markets where goods and services produced can be sold. Last is transportation or transport service or transport system, you can write. Various kinds of vehicles can be used to connect Palampur to Raiganj as jeeps, tractors, trucks, etc. So this is your next question to show you the presentation of the answer, how to write a good answer, perfect answer. So the question in front of you is it important to get and increase the area under irrigation? Why? So first part answer is yes, it is important to increase area under irrigation. Now second part, why? So you will write reason over here. Reason is what? Whatever you know, whatever points you are knowing, you will just write as a sub points over here. More agricultural yields. So by increasing area under irrigation, farmers can get more agricultural yields. So simple. Now multiple cropping, more than one crops can be cultivated on the same piece of land. Then third is modern farming methods. Modern agricultural inputs can be used to get good production. D, less dependency on monsoon. The farmer will easily get water and will not need to depend on monsoon. So this is a type of presentation that you will express yourself in your board exam, in your home exam, and the presentation should be in points and in headings. Now this is the last segment in which I give some important questions to you to practice, and please consider all these questions and practice them as home assignment. Okay, so for the notes, check out the description box, and I request you to please like, share and subscribe the video and hit the bell icon. So see you again in the next video. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.